Bonjour, je suis Ian, je suis un auteur. Bienvenue le podcast de Square Go. À mon gauche, c'est Frère Jacques. À mon droit, c'est le Marquis de Sandy. Alors, aujourd'hui, on parle de films français avec notre amie Maureen. Salut,
Oui.
Maureen.
Salut! Ouais.
Ça va?
Je suis impressionné, bravo.
Non.
Le Marquis de Sandy, that's genius.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
That is the extent of my French. So let's take that.
Check out those graphics.
Yeah, they're very slick. Yeah, nice one. Let's take that again in English for those that don't like reading subtitles. And if that's the case, this is probably not the episode for you. I am Ian. Obviously, this is, y'all know me. Y'all know what I do for a living. This is Robbie, a.k.a. Steed, a.k.a. Beans Goldblum, a.k.a. Evil Dreads. And we're here as well, as always, with Sandy, a.k.a. Yitters, a.k.a. Macho Man Sandy Ravage.
Oh, nice. Good one.
I'll take that.
And we're delighted to welcome back Maureen Cuestas. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, but do I not get something like, know?
Well, yeah. So anybody who didn't see our last episode on Maureen should definitely go back and watch that, because Maureen's a producer and filmmaker and is doing some amazing work at the moment in Scotland to try and nurture the talent that we have, to try and connect people and try and build up the connective tissue between the studios and between the filmmakers. So it's a really interesting listen for anybody involved in indie film and anyone really on any career that just wants a bit of inspiration about how to build resilience, I guess, with your dreams. So that was a good chat. Thanks for coming back.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And there's a bit of a French theme, hence the language at the beginning. Yeah. For all those viewers who were like,
I can't wait to find out what he said.
So, well, we might
will be
put some
clicking
subtitles on it. Yeah.
buttons being like,
I've got it in the wrong language.
I'm pretty sure it was all in the wrong languages. That's my pidgin French. But yes, of course, we're here to talk about our Gaelic cousins, or the Auld Alliance, and we're going to talk about the films of France. So normally we'd invite a guest here to talk about chainsaw movies of the 80s and 90s or something, right? And we would be you'd be amongst the company of experts, I think it would be fair to say. But on this, I think we might be woefully ignorant. I'd like to be proved wrong, but I think we probably consider you to be the expert.
This is going to be a short one, guys.
We did have a brief conversation in the last podcast about like French New Wave and French cinema and stuff. Like, just kind of touched upon it, and so we might kind of dig up some of that stuff again. But what I thought I would do, just to expose how out of our depth we are, I've got a little quiz for these guys.
Oh my God!
I've actually got two quizzes.
No.
But this first one. So we talked last time about how did a little bit of film school. And one of the first components I did with filmmaking was to learn of the value and the contribution that France has made to cinema. I think the
I'm gonna get
the word
marks.
cinema is French, isn't it? Possibly. So I've got all the terms. I think it was like the first week we did kind of film studies.
dude, you've been doing homework.
Oh, it's always. I always prepare, man.
I'm shaking with nerves at this
So
point.
I've got some
Actually,
terms.
I think I know of one already.
You should know one or two of these.
Yeah.
We'll see. So
But
basically,
I went to film school.
I'm self-taught, so I'll know it as like camera goes left to right. Right?
Well,
Okay.
let's see. So
Tournez à
I'm-
gauche,
I'm
tournez à
gonna-
droite.
There you go. He did German at school. Right, so the first one, this is super easy.
Are you reading them in order that you messaged them to me?
No, this is the different quiz. This is the first
I've
quiz.
got more than one
No
quiz.
graphics for this, yeah.
More than
So
one quiz
you
and our
stand down, Gary.
and our top two each of
No,
French cinema.
Oh, we'll get
plus,
through it,
Plus
yeah.
clunkers, okay.
we'll get through it. So, film noir.
Go on.
Now, Maureen can help if you guys don't know.
I know that noir means
Right, you
black.
know what, right, good, yeah.
Yeah.
So dark films,
Dark film.
And you know what film noir is.
Yeah.
Right. This is
one of my
this is the low ball. This
Like
is the easy
Who
one.
Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
I love that.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's got all the right elements. It's got the femme fatale. It's got the strong
It's a film
contrasting
noir.
imagery.
It is a film noir.
Do you know what I watched yesterday? Was a piece all about 1996 film not the Phantom, The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah.
Right? Total flop. But this guy says, watch it in black and white, and it is a masterpiece.
All right.
Wow.
And it was really cool because it harks back to the old what the Shadow was.
Like Billy Wilder and stuff like that.
Like predates Batman, and
All right, okay,
it looked really the lighting and stuff in black and white is just unbelievable.
But the thing I learned in my research about film noir was it was a term that was coined by a French critic, and it was applied retrospectively to that series of films that was made in the 40s and 50s and 80s. But it wasn't in common parlance until the 70s. Like people would say those were the film noir films. So people making film noir didn't know they were making they were just making films of a particular style. Okay, that was the easy one. Some of these are easy. So montage.
I know.
I'll let you take that one.
It's a montage.
You've got them in all your stuff.
Yeah.
I never even twigged that montage was French.
Well, it has a slightly different meaning, but only slightly. So montage.
So montage is editing.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I'm like, yeah.
but in Hollywood it means quick edits.
Yeah. So, well,
Quick passage
I
of
like
time.
it as a term because it kind of suggests that editing is an additive thing rather than a subtractive thing. Because you're adding the things that you want to add to tell the story rather than taking away all the stuff that isn't relevant. Because I think as filmmakers you do both. Because you do your assembly cut and then you maybe take stuff out for brevity or whatever. But anyway.
I like that. That's a great. Well done.
Okay. Decoupage.
Fucking hell.
He is one.
I don't know if that's a song or not.
I mean, look at his
You actually
decoupage.
know? Are you about to answer this?
I am right now.
Right, wow.
I mean, look at his decoupage right now. He's clearly vexed.
Did you do French at school?
Ça va mal.
Right, I'm at a
Oui.
disadvantage.
No, I did. Yeah, hence my amazing pronunciation of French breakfast. I like to eat jockey croissants.
Out of respect for our guest, we ought to stop murdering the French language.
What does it mean?
Il fait du soleil.
Do you know decoupage?
Is that not where Yoda lives?
The decoupage system, yeah. Cool.
see, it's a system.
So, Maureen, what's the translation?
Oh man, I don't know what the English word is for that. Découpage is the way that I guess when you visualize a scene, you would break down. I guess it's the shot list almost.
But breaking down into visual images, yeah, that's my understanding of it. Is the next stage after you've got your scene and you're ready to, I guess, before you storyboard and things. But yeah,
Okay.
So
Learning a lot.
This is one that got used a lot when I was at uni. And I never really fully
There's one I'm ready for.
Mise en scène.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's weird because I've heard it described slightly different by various people.
Yeah, me too.
And I'd like to think the way I was taught is the correct way.
Do you remember that video I sent you of it's the viral thing? And it's like that one friend who always went to film school.
Yeah.
And he uses that word.
Oh, is that the guy who always spits on people?
Yeah, he
or something?
spits in
Right,
people's
right.
faces and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm no further forward. No, it's because he just looks down on people who don't understand films.
Okay, Robbie, tell us what mise en scène is.
So the shot I was referenced was basically a shot that lets the audience know when and where they are. It sets up everything. Like I can't remember what they used an example.
Like an establishing shot.
Kinda, yeah. But it was something like Scarface. It was like. But it was like the camera up high and it came down. It showed an airport and it had the sign saying, "Oh, we're in Dagobah system in South America." Do you know? It set up everything. Do you know what I mean? The time, the period, what country, what city.
That's not my understanding of mise en
crap.
scène.
Don't go to film school, folks. You get told the wrong
Like
thing.
all encompassing.
Yeah, you're getting closer. Well, my understanding of it is, and you'll definitely know better than I do, but it's everything that is in front of the camera. So everything the filmmakers have to put in front of the camera, the actors, the locations, the props, everything up until the point of editing, really. So it's all everything that makes your composition. And that's the way it was kind of described to me, and that's why it doesn't really make sense.
So mise en scène is a word that we use in French. In that sense, it's actually just directing. It's the way. It's the direction.
There you go.
It's directing. So another word for director. So in French is réalisateur, and another word for réalisateur is metteur en scène. So the one that directs.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
mise en scène, metteur en scène. Yeah.
Right. Well,
So
there you go.
that's saved my money wisely and didn't go to film.
You chose wisely.
The amount of times that term came up when I was at uni, and I obviously clearly never understood it. Okay, an auteur. Je suis un auteur.
They're those dudes.
Writer?
Author, yeah. Author. Yeah, but in cinema, it's like a...
But there was a whole movement, right? Or am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of something else completely different.
Well, the author is like usually writes and directs and maybe puts a very strong visionary style on their work. So, people who are, you can immediately recognise their work and their style. You're an auteur.
Yeah. No, I'm just pulling my hair out, like I'm thinking of something else, and it's annoying me that I can't think of who and what they were called.
Auteur?
No, it wasn't them.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
We are going to have to hurry because I've got another 4.
Yeah.
Okay, Cinéma Vérité. This is a style of cinema? No.
No.
So Cinéma Vérité, vérité means truth. So it's a style of filmmaking that aims to stay close to the truth.
Realism.
So kind of realism, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, often documentary styles. Diegesis. Now, this is actually a Greek word, but I think
I've got a bad case of
I think
it
it's
now,
in,
mate. Heavy night last
in the
night.
film lexicon, probably because it's French as well. Is it French? Is it used in French?
Yeah,
Diegesis?
but that's a very I haven't heard that word in a very long time. I can't remember what it means actually.
So you get diegetic sound, and that's the way it's most commonly used. Yeah.
When I've got the diegetics, it's you don't want to hear that sound.
Yeah, so diegetic sound is sound that the actors can hear. So as in like music that's playing in the the band.
Right, okay.
In Pulp Fiction, it would be when she puts the record on, or when they dance to the music in Jack Rabbit Slims. That's diegetic music because they can hear it. Non-diegetic sound being the music over the credits or whatever. Yeah.
Voiceover.
They sound like insulin.
Mm-hmm.
Insulin, the sound of it.
Diegetic.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
That was a bit of a reach, Gary.
Right, we're almost there. Okay, so maquette. Do you know what a maquette is?
Yeah, he was in my film.
No.
Mark.
I would just say no. You know what I mean?
So we do this. It's miniature scenery. It's like miniature models that are supposed to look like big real things.
Okay.
Last one.
I mean, he is quite a small guy, but I wouldn't go that far.
Last one.
Last one. I might be mispronouncing this one. Huskloss. Is that?
Sound you like Maureen do it.
Huskloss.
Oh, huis clos.
There you go.
Wow,
did a
but you
Fife
really
accent.
did your huis clos.
Right.
Huis clos.
Okay. Do you guys ever heard of that? I only came across this very recently. So Superterranean is an example of huis clos.
Oh.
Because it's a closed door, so it's like a what the Americans might call bottle episode where everything takes place in an enclosed location.
Okay.
Reservoir Dogs.
So there you go. So we are gathered here today to talk about French films, or as Maureen calls them, films. And we're going to stick to our usual format and go through our top 2, top 3, wherever we go with that, I guess. But we should crack on for the sake of time.
Yeah.
Should we start with you?
Yeah. I'll go for my number 2, which a French director, obviously, but it's got an actor in it that who's also in my number 1. Actually, I never realised.
Okay.
And I'll probably say his name wrong because I don't think it's a typical French name.
Here.
It's a Luc Besson film.
Okay.
Ah, love it.
This any guesses?
This is maybe Fifth Element.
No,
I think I know.
Okay,
I'm going to guess
1990.
La Femme Nikita.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that one? Do you approve?
Yeah.
French? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I approve of Luc Besson in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like that movie is just.
Nikita.
Like obviously it inspired a TV series and an American remake. You always know a film's good if it gets an American remake, and nothing, in my opinion, touches the original.
Here's a pop quiz for you. Do you know what the American remake is called? Because in the UK it's called something different, and I only just found out what it was called.
It's not Assassins, no.
It's called The Assassin in the UK.
Right.
But in America it's called something like Point of No Return.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know
Super weird.
Did we cover this in a podcast before?
We mentioned
what was it called? What Cool Runnings is called in the Czech Republic?
No.
Go again.
What is it?
Coconuts in the Snow.
No.
Legit, dude.
No.
I am not. Gary can even Google button it.
Do you know what?
But that's not French.
We do have. I do have another quiz lined up for you that is in relation to this, but I'm gonna leave with the quizzes right now. And we'll come back to it later. But yeah.
So yeah,
Nikita's.
Nikita. The TV adaptation, the Hollywood version. Like, this is just raw, and it's like the shootouts and stuff are so visceral. And actually, you get a cameo from Jean Reno as Leon.
Yeah, as a cleaner,
yeah. And that. And let me guess, have you seen it?
Well, this is fast becoming my catchphrase. I have not seen it.
So it's essentially, was she a prostitute? And she's facing jail.
Yeah,
and instead of jail, she
gets
she gets trained up to be this assassin.
Yeah.
And that bit I'm talking about.
Tale as old as time.
She botches up this job, and Leon has to come. You've seen Leon the Professional, I take it. So he has to come in as the cleaner and clean it up. But I just remember that bit where he puts the body in the bath and then pours the acid on it to dissolve the body. But the guy's not dead, and he's like, starts freaking out. It's great.
Oh, I can't remember that. Yeah. I need to rewatch it, I guess. Good choice.
Thank you. I was swithering. There was going to be another.
Well, save it for an honourable mention.
I think it's going to be in there anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely going to be in. And I thought it might be your number 2. But yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
The first one I'll talk about is Tell No One. Have you seen this?
Right.
Have you seen this? Dernier Person? Is it called?
No.
No one. Okay, there you go.
There's some info here if you...
Yeah.
Guillaume Canet. Oh, wow.
Berlini.
No, I haven't seen that.
This is I think it's an excellent film. It's a thriller. It's not totally exceptional film, but it's a thriller that very good mystery thriller. So it starts off with a guy who is accused of murdering his wife because he's basically attacked and his wife's found dead and it kind of then fast forwards to later on in his life and stuff starts to happen. So he starts to get messages from his apparent dead wife and he becomes embroiled in this conspiracy. So it's a really interesting, very tightly directed thriller. There's a couple of great scenes, a couple of great action scenes in it where he's running away from the police and stuff. So yeah, you should look out for it. I think it's definitely on a streaming platform at the moment. Might be Channel 4. Yeah. All right. Okay. Maureen.
Okay, my number 2. Did I just come out with the title?
Yes.
Yeah. It's called Read My Lips.
Okay.
En français, Sur Mes Lèvres, with Vincent Cassel.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the actress.
I'm pretty sure he's going to feature in some of the other films.
I mean, he features on all of my tops. Yeah. French, just because he's such a presence. But yeah, Jacques Audiard, actually, the director, is currently nominated, I think, for... I don't know if he's nominated for Best Director at the Oscar, but his film is nominated. Emilia Perez with Zoe Saldana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's close to film noir in terms of style. And I don't know, there's something very raw and at the same time fresh about how he tells the story.
So how old is this film?
Oh man, maybe 20 years, 25 years. It's the story of a girl who is very sort of blue-collar job, a white-collar job, sorry. So she's in an office and stuff, and she can't. She's partially deaf, and so she knows how to read lips, and she's living a very reclusive life, like very, and then she bumps into this guy fresh out of prison who's on his next dodgy dealing, basically, and realizes that she can read lips, so she can help plot the next dodgy deal, basically, by reading.
Yeah, put her skills to use.
But she's in her mind, she's on a date.
Okay.
So it gets really...
Is that like a romantic crime
It's a very...
thriller?
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess it's a thriller, but with... I wouldn't call it romantic just because it's so dark.
Nice.
But it's very...
Yeah,
it does. It's a good one.
Cool.
Are we on to me now?
Yeah.
I'm starting to rejig things in my brain.
Okay.
I don't know. So I don't know.
So it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, it's always a good time to do it. I want to talk about this film more than it is like I think a great film. So it's Climax.
Okay.
It's by Gerard. No. Let's get the graphic up and remember.
Gaspar
Noé.
Yeah.
Gaspar Noé.
Or Noé.
Stylistically, it's one of the most interesting films I've watched in a few years, cinematography-wise.
I have not seen this.
It's basically a massive music video, an hour and a half long music video. So they're all dancers. They're coming off tour together, and someone spikes the punch bowl with acid, and then basically what happens is there's a second credit sequence. And it introduces you to all the DJs that are going to be playing through the rest of the film.
Okay.
So it's like Daft Punk, Aphex Twin, blah, blah, blah. And then the film just goes from there, and everyone starts tripping. And it's the soundtrack was done by Thomas Banghalter, who's one of Daft Punk. Unbelievably, visual, I wouldn't call masterpiece is a strong word to throw around, but the way they use camera movement and choreography, it's all just done in like almost one take.
Right.
Cameras going like this through corridors and following people around as they're just completely losing their mind. And highly recommend it. You would love it, I think.
I mean, it sounds like quite harrowing and nightmarish, but
it's nightmare. I felt traumatized by it.
Yeah.
But
that's his style, though. Do you know the other film, like the film that he became famous for, is called Irreversible?
Oh yeah.
I've deliberately not watched that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, but he's.
You've put me off it.
There's recently it's because you seen the film Memento?
Yes.
It was all shot backwards.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey. Well, they've released it in chronological order now, but it doesn't matter what order you watch it. It's still effing horrible. But is Gaspar Noé? Is he the dude? There's a film. It's not Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's like a name like that, but it's like the camera is a dead guy. He's recently died or something, and he goes into the body of his sister.
Yeah, I was reading about that.
But it's like as she's having sex.
As she conceives, the point of conception. Yeah,
right.
I can't remember what it's called.
It's weird, is it? Like
it came up on a list. I was again doing my research.
Him as well, though?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah, because it sounds similar
sounds
to
like something he would make.
Yeah,
it was a familiar name. I remember when I read it. And I remember thinking, am I going to watch that ahead of this podcast? I don't know.
Yeah. But they were Irreversible. Again, we're getting Vincent Cassel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to watch that this week, Irreversible, and then I just thought, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to.
So the scene is. I remember getting it from the video shop, and it came with a warning, a verbal warning. The guy's like, "Careful." And I remember watching it. Who we were watching it with, and a mate of mine at the time, his girlfriend left the room in tears.
Yeah. People left the cinema.
Yeah.
I didn't stay.
Yeah, and but even you know what happens right at the start. You know, not even that is nasty.
Well, I mean, Climax, it has the potential to do. It depends how what your tolerance is for stuff like that. There's some pretty dark stuff going on, obviously. But I was just geeking out big time on how they managed to move the camera,
the visuals,
how they managed to do that, because it was just mind-boggling. The camera was a dancer in itself, and amongst them all, you just have to watch it.
Yeah, that sounds quite cool, actually. Yeah,
it was an hour and a half long, but it felt like it was about 6 hours long. Like that's how much it messed me up. Yeah. So highly recommend.
All right. Well, if we are doing two, shall I interject with a pop quiz? So this is inspired by your pick of Nikita. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of films here that were remade. Oh, you can't see. So these films were so good that somebody decided
to ruin them.
People need to be able to watch this without having to read subtitles, and we need to make an inferior version, just a poor carbon copy. So what I'm going to do is we'll bring one up on the monitor. So could we bring up Purell? Oh no, sorry, the first one. You got them in order?
Yes.
Okay, just bring them up, and I think I've got a different order. There we go. There's La Femme Nikita. So we all know what the remake was. We talked about that. It was the assassin slash. Is it? Yeah, Point of No Return. Yeah. Okay, hit us with another one, Gary. Oh, yeah, there you go. Purell.
So what are we meant to read the description
Yeah,
and
see
work
if
out
you
what
can
the
guess
American
what
remake
this
is?
was remade in America as. Now, some of these you might not get. Some of these you
Can I
might
go?
get. Yeah?
Okay. Law-abiding citizen.
No, but it's that sort of...
No.
It's not far off. It's that kind of date and time.
Is it called Purell because you've meant to feel ashamed for her? She's
For her.
Yeah,
For her,
'cause she's in jail.
Or anything for her, yeah.
Purell.
Now, don't know this one? Do you know this one, Maureen?
No, I don't think so.
Can you
so
tell us what it means in English?
it means for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or L.
So-
Is that
It's a really good film, and the
there's
remake
no
is
clue in
actually
there.
pretty good as well. The remake's okay. Now the remake, I need to remember who's in it. I think it's Russell Crowe. Is it?
Russell Crowe?
But it's, and Elizabeth Banks plays the wife, and she
Right.
gets. I'm now just talking about the remake, but in both versions of the film, she's put in jail, and then he starts plotting, and she's incarcerated for something that she didn't do, so he starts to plot a heist to break her out. So it's a good film. Okay, next one. I think we've got an easy one coming up for you, possibly. Yeah, there we go. Trois hommes et un coffin.
3 Men and a Baby?
Yeah, well, it's actually 3 men in a cradle. That rather sinister looking coffin.
Yeah, because I was like, what sort of?
This-
Where's this reading it, and then where's this going?
3 men
And
in a
it's
baby
like,
took a really dark turn. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
I was imagining that movie you're on about with Ryan Reynolds, but with a baby.
Oh, Buried. Is it Buried? Is that what it's called?
Right, buried with a baby. Okay,
You not seen that film?
Okay, yeah, no, I see where you're going with it.
Buried with a baby, coming soon.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Perfect opportunity here for Gary's movie.
Yeah.
Well, buried with a baby coming soon.
There we go, nice.
Yeah.
We're going to get you a mic for that at some point.
Yeah.
Can we have the next one? So this is a movie that was remade, I think, by. I'm not gonna give it away. Le Convoyeur. A mysterious, vengeful man takes a job as a security guard for a money transport company. I should be reading these out for the Spotify people. God, I've missed a trick. Mysterious, vengeful man takes a job as a security guard for a money transport company amidst a series of violent robberies. And this was in 2004. The Convoyeur.
Mysterious, vengeful man.
Yeah.
The
This
one that sprung to
just
mind,
came out.
I think. Oh, really?
Like
right.
the remake, yeah. About 2 years ago or something.
God, for money transfer.
Really
give us a clue.
soulless. Really soulless. It's Jason Statham.
That sounded like
Oh, the transporter.
No, not the trans. Although I can see why you get there.
L'Expendables.
No, it's a really soulless title as well. The remake was called Wrath of Man.
Oh, right.
have
Yeah.
you seen it? It's not bad. It's not terrible.
Seen the poster.
It's not bad. I think
Whatever.
Guy Ritchie directed it, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but I think he was like, he must have just been paid to direct it because it doesn't have his usual
Yeah.
flair.
Yeah.
But there you go. Right, give us another. Now you should get this. Fanfare d'Amour. 2 unemployed male musicians disguise themselves as women so they can join an all-male orchestra heading for the French Riviera. What does that sound like? Does that sound like a film?
1935. Oh, yeah. Is that Some Like It Hot?
There you go. Well done.
That's kind of my hero.
All right, that's another one. Le Cage au Fall. You know this one.
Manager of a Saint-Tropez nightclub.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the thing?
The manager of a Saint-Tropez nightclub featuring drag entertainment and his star attraction are a gay couple. Madness ensues when his straight son brings home a fiancée and her ultra-conservative parents to meet them. This is a famous film. And it's a stage play. Yeah. You look like you know it. Nah.
No, I can't.
sorry.
I
Do
just
you know
keep.
this one?
I don't know, it sounds like Meet the Parents?
No.
Meet the Fockers? That's right.
It sounds like that. It's the same principle, basically, but...
Yeah.
What is the title?
It's the Birdcage.
That's what.
no, of course.
There you go.
And
So the
is that
title
the one
means the
that-
cage of mad women.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Who's in that again?
Gene Hackman, I think, plays the conservative sort of dad, and I think is it Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, maybe.
Right. What's this? The thing I'm thinking of? It's like Patrick Swayze and
To Wong Fu, and thanks for all the. Thanks for everything.
It's what's his name
Thanks
in
for
it?
all the fish.
Wesley Snipes. Is he in it
Yeah,
as well?
I think that's that's
Right.
different film.
Yeah.
Intouchable. Okay, after he becomes a quadriplegic from a paragliding accident, and an aristocrat hires a young man from the projects to be his caregiver. So have you seen this?
Do you know? I saw both versions.
Yeah.
The remake is not bad.
Yeah.
That almost was
I've
my
seen-
number one, but
Okay.
in terms of film.
Yeah.
But the remake is not bad, but for some reason it's not. I don't know. It
Yeah.
lacks something.
Yeah.
Because they added. I can't remember who's the famous actress that plays the woman that's potentially the love interest of the paraplegic guy.
I can't
But
remember
they
either.
brought that, but I can't remember Michelle Pfeiffer or something like that.
So it's Bryan
like-
Cranston, wasn't it? that
That's
played
right.
the-
Yeah. No, I mean it's a true story. I'm sure you've said. Did you say it is a true
No.
story? And the French version is incredible. It
Yeah.
brings me to tears every time.
Yeah, it's a great film.
He's like the Omar Sy,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The caregiver guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he's yeah.
so funny.
It's a
We
really
still-
good film.
All the like there are some classic lines that I just went to France for Christmas and I found them on mugs.
All right.
It's just there's one that's like he eats M&Ms and the guy is paraplegic so he can't move and he just goes, sorry, no arm, no chocolate. I found that on a mug and it's horrible,
Yeah.
but you just can't stop yourself from laughing in the cinema.
Yeah.
You know, like every time you and clearly it's
a
become
comedy
a whole thing.
then, or
It's
It's a heartwarming, like
Yeah.
it's got
Yeah.
funny moments in it, but I mean it's about his kind of redemption because he's obviously has this accident and then he kind of finds his reason to live, I guess.
like a Lieutenant Dang
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good film. But I'm guessing you don't know the remake.
Bryan Cranston. Who's the other guy? Kevin Hart? Is it Kevin Hart playing the?
I can't
caregiver?
remember, to be honest.
I think
Yeah.
it's Kevin Hart, which
I
is.
think it was much more forgettable than the original. It's called The Upside, the remake.
I've not even heard of that.
No.
Okay, this next one's a bit of a curveball. Okay, La Totale, 1991. A secret agent uses his professional skills for tracking his family and faces the unexpected consequences.
It's got to be Liam Neeson.
Aye,
right?
that's what
No.
popped into mind.
No.
It's another-
Because that actually takes place in Paris, doesn't it? Taken.
Taken.
Yeah.
Nope. It's he's using his professional skills for tracking his family, but he shouldn't be.
Oh, they don't want to see him.
No. He thinks his wife's at the capers, and he's it's not ringing any bells.
No.
True Lies.
Oh, what the heck?
Yep.
No way.
This is the original True Lies.
Of course.
And is it vastly different, I'm
Well,
guessing?
yeah, it is. But I believe James Cameron bought this film after
Right.
it came out, so that there would only be True Lies. I think. Anyway, I think that's us.
Huh.
True
Is
Lies
that
was
right?
a smash hit
Yeah.
as well, eh? For the
Cool.
time.
The only
Good.
quote I can think of that film is "Do Tango."
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go straight for our number one pick. then?
Yeah.
My mind's gone blank.
Doberman.
Oh. Okay.
Still not watched it.
Oh, straight to my heart, Robbie! I can't even. How do you know? I didn't realize it had a fandom outside.
Oh,
of
really?
France. Amazing.
I found out. Is it? I'm getting distortion.
Stop.
Okay, so it was Nigel from Vids who introduced it to me. So Nigel, who's in Dynamite, he used to do a TV show on Channel 4, like late 90s, early 2000s, called Vids, and it was him and a guy, Steph, had a video shop in Glasgow and just would review films, mostly like sort of cool and cult stuff.
Yeah.
And they reviewed Doberman, and I was like, what the heck is this? It's just, it's visceral, just the violence. But even some of the shots and things are incredible. The opening where where he's just a baby in the pram in the church, and like the camera goes And yeah, it is like his godfather literally gives him a giant pistol and puts it to the baby, but then as the camera moves round, it moves round with the gun and cuts to him as an adult. Oh, and it's like the same shot.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Am I still getting sound because I cut out a bit on my cans?
We can still hear you. Yeah.
And
you gave me this on Blu-ray recently, yeah.
Did I? Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Give me it back,
I've got it.
scoundrel.
I need to watch it.
This is
Yeah.
a perfect
Blu-ray player
opportunity.
Damn, because man, I've got a very limited Blu-ray selection. It's only for movies that I really, really like. And Monica Bellucci's in it as well.
Vincent Cassel, so
Yeah, Vincent Cassel. Yeah, who's obviously getting name checked all the time on this
Getting the props,
episode. And the baddie in it. And because he's in my last film, Nikita, as well.
Is it Checky Cario?
That's how we say it. Yeah. How would you say it?
Checky Cario.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, well done.
Wow, I can't believe wow, amazing.
Yeah,
This is the cultural dissonance that I don't know what worked outside, and so the director of that is called Jan Kunen. I met him when I was in Paris, and I met Vincent Cassel and all of that because he, around the second, so I think it was just after Doberman, he went on to make a crazy film called, well, in French it's called Blueberry, because it's an adaptation from a comic book called Blueberry, and so basically it's supposed to be a western, and it's Vincent Cassel plays this Mike Blueberry cowboy who gets so there's Vincent Cassel, Juliette Lewis, who's the love interest, Checky Cario, so all the usuals, but he gets, I think his family dies in a fire or something, and he gets healed by shamans in Mexico, and the whole film, which is true to the cartoon, right, but is visions while he's on ayahuasca. Right, and so for research for the film, Jan Kunen went to Mexico and got on ayahuasca. Like I think he did 2 or 3 trips. The visions, like the VFX for the time, because that was just before I went to LA, I think. So that was 2005. Were just worth checking out. It's incredible. The guy the baddie is I can't remember his name now. He's an American actor. But yeah, it's a trip.
Cool. No, that sounds
but he's a very visionary. And it started with Doberman. It actually started with a short film that I can send you. I think it's called Giselle the Witch or something.
Okay.
It is really funny. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got excited there because Jan Kunen. Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's Vincent Cassel's character. Is he called Jan in the film? Maybe.
In Doberman.
In Doberman.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I really want to watch it again after speaking about it. It's just
let's get a film night and we'll get it on. So let's rattle through our top ones.
And then notable
I had
mentions.
2 that I couldn't choose between really, because so the 2 films that I had as my number 1, I guess, are Amélie and La Haine, which they're very predictable picks, but. Like, there was a time, I've only ever had about 5 favourite films in my life. So at any point in my life, if you asked me what my favourite film was, it would either be I don't have a favourite film, or it would be Jaws, or it would be Trainspotting, or it would be Seven, or it would be Amélie, or it would be La Haine, depending on when you asked me. So in the 90s, we watched La Haine at uni, and then in the 2000s, when did this one come out? 2001, yeah. Watched Amélie and just thought it was just like a beautiful film, like great soundtrack, amazing shots, some great performances, really quirky, really kind of rapid editing and stuff. You guys seen this film?
You keep telling me to watch it, and I've never watched it.
Oh, you'd love it, Sandra. Yeah.
About half of it.
It's got a very playful tone.
But
Fuck this.
No explosions. I'm out. But it's one of my honorable mentions. I'm not sure if it's the same director.
Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
It might be.
As
one of my honourable mentions.
We won't know until you say.
Are we allowed to pull an honourable mention in case it is, or just?
Are you going to say La Haine then?
Yeah,
and
so
that
La Haine,
frees up one of my choices. So I can make a different choice.
All right, yeah.
We can talk about it as well.
Yeah, so La Haine, we saw at university. They made us watch. I think that was the first time I saw it. And it's. I rewatched it again a few days ago just to remind myself and to see how it's dated as well. And it's still just a mind-bendingly well-made film.
Yep.
Yeah.
And reading a little bit about it, he shot it in Kodak 35mm color, but decided he wanted it to be black and white. But the color was a fallback. So I think they thought if we have trouble selling this, or if we think we're going to have trouble finding an audience, we'll make it color. But they was determined to make it black and white, and it works so well in black and white.
The whole time I was watching it, I'm thinking, how are they doing that with a big film camera?
Yeah, like there's the shot. One of the shots I always remember was the shot that comes out. The DJ's at the window, and he's scratching the decks, and then the camera pulls out, and it looks down over this kind of square, and then it starts moving through the buildings. And nowadays you would use a drone, but this is like 1995 or whatever it was, So I still don't know how they did it. If they had a camera on a kite or a wire or a big pole or something like that. And there's so many really kind of quirky camera shots. There's an incredible dolly zoom.
They've got Paris behind them.
Yeah.
The city centre, and it's going in and out.
Yeah.
As it pulls back.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Knowing as well, when the minute you turn that camera on, you're just burning cash. So you've got to nail it, and going for stuff like that is amazing.
I mean, it wasn't a low budget film. I don't think it was. A
couple of million, I think.
Yeah, I think. But after it came out,
budget,
they had an emergency cabinet meeting. Was it Jacques Chirac? Or
2.7 million.
Yeah, and they had this cabinet meeting to make people watch it in the cabinet, in the French cabinet, so that they could kind of say, this is the reality that you don't see. And that was the impact, that was the resonance of it.
I mean, you've got people always use the example that Amelie shows one side and that film shows
Paris,
the other.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, it's funny because the director of La Haine is the love interest in Amélie.
Yeah. But, that is weird, yeah. I never found that out for a long time. And Sandy's met him.
Well, we trained at the same gym in Thailand, and I didn't know who he was at the time. So we're called the Cobra Gym family. Cobra Gym. And so he's in the Cobra Gym family. Shout out to the Cobra Gym. Miss you guys.
That's incredible.
Small world.
Mathieu Kassovitz.
Yeah, very small world.
He made a few follow-up films, but none of them are as good as
Did he make Brotherhood of the Wolf?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and Crimson Rivers.
Yeah, Crimson Rivers.
Do you not like Brotherhood of the? No, like it looks like there's reason behind it. It's in my honourable mentions.
Yeah, there we go.
Is it?
Yeah.
I went through it.
Because when I watched it when it first came out and everyone was raving about it, and I was like, I don't get it. But then I recently rewatched it in French.
And now you love it?
I don't love it, but it's there's something about it that's I really like.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like the same sort of thing, like when you
Gans.
watch the movie Wreck, but then you watch the movie Quarantine? They're the same film, but one is in a different language and you don't understand what the hell's going on. But then when you watch Quarantine, everything's in English and it's nowhere near as scary.
I think it's maybe... I remember watching it and really liking it, and I haven't gone back to it, but I wonder if it's more like the film that the guy made. He was a subject to the documentary Overnight, and he made it in something to do with saints. It's got the dude from Walking Dead in it.
Oh, Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints.
I watched that with my brother a couple of weeks ago, and we could not believe how bad it was.
Yes, yeah. So that's a film that everyone loved when they watched it in the 90s.
I don't get it either. Everyone's like, I love that. I don't quite.
Yeah,
people can't be trusted.
I wonder if
if
Brotherhood of the Wolf is like that. That when I rewatch it, I'll think, "Ooh,
but is it based off a real folk story?
Yeah, La Bête du Gévaudan. Yeah, it's there's something weird about that film. Like it's the cast is also the way they cast it is also weird. But I went through this was when Marc Dacascos was cool. Do you know what I mean? And so to have him in the French film and everything like that was really cool. And I do like his character, but everything else, I mean, the whole thing. I mean, spoiler alert, but the denouement, which is another French word for you.
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was going to be one of the words that you said.
It should have been.
Is kind of dark and kind of like, come on. Yeah, the main actor is from where I'm from. He's from Brittany. The Samuel Le Bihan. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. But yeah, it's a real. Well,
yeah,
it
was about
it's a folk
well, a creature of some kind that
Am I
killed
being
a
a
lot of
plum?
people.
Is Vincent Cassel and got?
Yeah, he's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a lot of martial arts in it, and Crimson Rivers he's in as well.
Yeah, Crimson River. Crimson River was, and with Jean Reno.
yeah, it's a good film.
That was a good follow-up film. It was a lot, wider appeal, I guess, than La Haine, and some different, like, more,
it's very
more
kind of like
mainstream.
Seven, wasn't
Yeah,
it? It's
yeah,
very
exactly.
dark and brooding.
Yeah.
Okay, so we might have covered your top pick, or have we?
No.
No, cool.
But yeah, I mean, you guys brought some heavyweights. Mine feels a bit weird now, but I don't know if you've seen a film called it's a Luc Besson film on black and white called Angela A. Angela. Angela. Yeah, it's a Besson film. It's the main actor is French stand-up comedian called from Moroccan, I think, Moroccan descent, called Jamel Debbouze. And the main actress I've never seen before and I haven't seen since. I think she's a model, but she's incredible. It's got some Fifth Element vibe to it, but basically it's shot in Paris in August, which is a completely different vibe because it's empty. And it's in black and white. And so apparently they've shot it kind of film student style, like basically just like run.
Guerrilla, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So where is this in Luc Besson's filmography? Was this an early film?
It's one of the latest.
Okay.
I mean, it's 20 years old, but I don't think he's done many things since then. He's done some animations and stuff, but I don't think it may be one of his latest one in terms of director. So the story is it's kind of almost magical realism.
Nice.
And it was a real gamble who he cast as the lead, because the guy had never really done serious parts before, and this is not it's not a romantic comedy, it's kind of serious. And so basically this guy is a sort of small time dodgy dealings kind of guy, and it's kind of catching up with him, and so people need their money back and all of that. And so at some point he considers jumping from a bridge, and
it sounds almost like Uncut Diamond, Uncut Gems.
As he's about to jump from the bridge, he sees a wonderfully, incredibly beautiful woman who actually does jump from the bridge, and now he has to jump and save her. And basically they go through Paris together and sort of reflect on his life effectively, and they kind of fall in love. But it's really beautiful. It's got some dark stuff, but it's a real gem.
Cool.
It's a beautiful film.
Ace.
Must watch that. No, I'm going to annoy you with my choice.
Okay, good.
Cause
I like that.
Because you said it wasn't. I kind of touched on.
Well,
I include it?
You can have. It's whether or not you have francophone films as well. So because you could have Canadian films, you could have Belgian films.
Not, it's not French speaking, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a Luc Besson film.
Is it The Vanishing? No.
Did you do the graphic for the Fifth Element? Yes, nice one. Yeah.
Okay.
90 million.
To me, it's a French film.
It's a banger.
It feels French, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yes. It feels French. It has a Frenchness to it.
Bruce Willis. That'll be.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favourite films of all time.
It is special.
It's
It is a good
really,
film.
really good. It gets everything it tries to do right. And
Did he not write it? When he was really young as well. As in, this was his dream project. This was the one that he really wanted
Space
to make.
opera.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, it probably would require a child's mind to come up with some of it. And it's peak everyone. I feel like it's peak Bruce Willis. It's peak Chris Tucker.
I can't stand Chris Tucker in that film.
Funny. No, I think he's hilarious.
He's hilarious in that one. He's cult.
It's like round about when he started doing Rush Hour and stuff. He's not done many films.
I remember, like when it came out of the cinema. I remember watching Barry Norman pretty much rage quit, because of Chris Tucker. He was just a bit thrown over tables. Barry Norman normally being very conservative, but just saying this just outrageously out of place performance.
I love it.
You're right. It's
camp
peak
it
a lot
is.
of people. It's peak Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's
So you're getting all these people sort of at the pinnacle of their careers in one film together.
Let's not forget Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Yeah. Mila Jovovich.
The film you were talking about earlier was The Vanishing, and we were saying that wasn't a French film, but it was rejected. So the Dutch put it in as their Academy Award. for best foreign language film, but it got rejected because there was too much French in it.
Yeah.
Basically, so it couldn't be classed as a Dutch film. But it did make me think we should have maybe just had francophone films, so just anything in French.
I mean, if it had Vincent Cassel in it, it would be French.
Yeah, that's the law. That's the law.
It's
like Damaged.
I mean, Fifth Element's definitely not French in that regard, but would you say I can get away
I would
with
say
that?
it's French, yeah.
That's the
I will
only
claim
opinion
it,
that matters in
absolutely.
this true, right now.
Even though the producer is Scottish.
Oh, really?
Ian Smith, yeah.
What, like that dude we met?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He's the producer.
Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Read the first line on the graphic.
Oh yeah,
wait,
this
I'm
is
having
French.
a mind blank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The other films I was
Nice one.
going to mention as honourable mentions of French films, but films in the French language, were Incendie, which is a film by Denis Villeneuve, and it's a very, very dark film, but it's a great film. And also Polytechnique, which was his first film, I think. It's black and white, shot in Quebec, I think.
I was going to say, is there not one with Vincent Cassel, but a Canadian one? It's like a two-parter, like the true story. That's the sort of terrorist dude.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
sure.
Yes.
Google
Gary
button.
on the
Yeah, I
Google
know.
button.
Yeah.
Gary
Vincent
on the
Cassel,
Google button.
But it's true story. Like, is it
yeah.
late 60s, early 70s? He's like,
yeah.
but a French. Is he actual French? But goes to Quebec and he's like a terrorist. But it's like 2-part movie.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure.
Got it on the tip of my tongue.
Damn. But it was pretty intense from what I remember. Like, like IRA type terrorism.
Yeah.
He's not.
The title is the name of the of
Is
the
it his
terrorist.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, begins with a C.
We're going to have to come back to it.
I know.
We're going to have to.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Man Bites Dog,
I was
Belgian
debating
film,
that.
I think.
Yeah, Belgian.
Yeah.
Man Bites Dog.
You never heard of that?
No.
So it's like a mockumentary about a hitman, but
okay.
it's just like it's pretty sick.
Very dark,
people
yeah.
thought it was real, and it was. I'm pretty sure it was banned as well. And this was like early '90s, and this was like one of the ones that you could get pirated on VHS because it was actually banned. I don't know if it was banned in France or that.
Cinema Verite.
I can't remember.
But it was like I remember there's like one scene he's hired to kill an old lady and he goes into her flat and he spots all her pills and stuff. And instead of shooting her like he shoots everyone, he just starts
Collider.
screaming in her face till she has a heart attack.
What?
Sure,
Yeah,
that's what I was
sounds
thinking.
pretty cool.
And like I'm pretty sure do the camera crew
Yeah, they become.
they get involved in it.
They become
like,
complicit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Liaison.
The line I always remember is, "I like to start the day with a postman," and he basically just kills a postman.
So I need to mention a film. I need to go on a little bit of a rant here just for 2 minutes. It's an honourable mention, but it's not for a good reason. So the film I watched last night, The Vanishing. It's in
Yep.
French.
This is what we were just talking about.
Yeah. It's the Dutch film, but it mostly takes place in French, and it's in France. Stanley Kubrick and a few other directors said it was the scariest film of all time, or the most like shocking film of all time. Could the viewers please watch this film and let me know if I'm going
It's been
crazy?
remade as well with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, and
I remember going to the
who's the
pictures
baddie?
to see that.
Honestly,
Vincent Cassel.
I have no idea what's going on with this film. Maybe it's just me. I'm starting to think like I'm the problem, like, and everyone else has got a totally different worldview.
This is the French way. Exactly. We're making you feel like you're the problem.
I'm like, I can't be the only. Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when I watch some films because people are like, "This is a masterpiece of cinema and like storytelling." And I watch it.
Mezzarine?
Mezzarine, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That was the
With Vincent Cassel.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Begins with a C.
See, no, but like, wasn't it called the Collider? Is that what you were saying?
I was saying Collider or Liaison.
Right, okay.
Maybe it was that was the English name.
I haven't seen it by the way.
Can I have an honorary mention?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
Well? Just also because I'm very I'm very aware that we only mention films that were directed by men. So there's a French one called Police, and it's actually spelled like a French child would spell it, which is Polisse. And it's I think her name is Mai Wen, but I don't know. I don't think she has a last name. She doesn't work under her last name. And she used to be Luc Besson's wife or partner, but she started making films, and I think this one is probably around again like 30, like maybe 25, 30 years old. But it's Cinéma Vérité, and it's following the kind of special unit in the police department that deals with children's being neglected or abused or anything like that. It's a very harrowing film as well. But she recently made a film with Johnny Depp about I can't remember what it's called now, but about so Johnny Depp plays like the King of France, like Louis XVI.
Johnny Depp plays
Yeah.
the King of France.
Yeah,
I have to watch
it was in
this.
Cannes last year, I think.
The
or a
man
couple
has
of years
range.
ago. Exactly.
They could have just got Vincent Cassel.
I
The name of this episode should just be...
Today's show is sponsored by Vincent Cassel. Yeah.
No, he's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
He really is.
Shall
He
shall
worked
we-
at Night Sky Studios.
Did,
Didn't he?
oh, right,
Yeah,
for the
Ramish
film with
thing.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson film. Yeah.
Bringing us full circle.
Shouldn't do Barry.
That's right. Duchesse du Barry. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was great.
So, unless there's any other honourable mentions, you need to dash, don't you?
City of Lost Children.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre Jeunet as well, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
same dude made Amelie. Yeah,
Yep.
so like visually, it's just
Oh, there we go.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a stunning
and
film.
and like I actually thought, what's his face with the face, Ron Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
I actually thought he was like Canadian. Because of him speaking
does have a
French. It was the
face.
first thing I saw.
What is his face?
I remember I watched it in Canada with family, and the mother-in-law was like, I think it was Drive actually. We were watching Drive, and
Oh,
he was
yeah.
in that.
Yeah, he is in
was
that,
like,
yeah.
he looks like an ape.
He does have a very particular look, Aaron Perlman.
And then you suddenly remember the scene that he does an alien resurrection with it.
Wait, because is that not the same dude?
Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Yeah, there we go. Because
Yeah, yeah.
there is sort of tie-ins there. Yeah.
My other honourable mention was The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, if any of you have seen that. It's another film about someone who's disabled in an accident, but it's a true story about the editor of Elle magazine, I think, and he becomes, I think he can only move one eyelid or something, like he's proper kind of locked in syndrome, and that is a film that stayed with me for quite a while. And A Prophet was another one that's a great film to watch. But yeah, I'm conscious of your time. You need to dash, don't you?
Yeah. I've got a meeting with George Clooney. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Vincent Cassel.
Well, do you know that? That's like I said, was it Ocean's 13 or something?
That's
so
true,
does that
yeah.
make it a French
There
film?
there we go.
Set
There's
in
another
France.
film I've not seen. Brilliant.
Okay, that about wraps things up for us. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope it's inspired you to go out and check out some more French films or the remakes, if you have to do that. Go and check out the remakes, but don't check out the remakes. Thanks again to our guest Maureen for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thanks, guys.
Merci.
Yeah.
Big up to Gary, the man in the graphics.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.